Another top story we're following, the Second Harvest Food Bank facing some controversy tonight as it tries to keep feeding 400,000 people across South Louisiana. Good evening, everyone. I'm Katie Moore. Archbishop Gregory Amen used his power as sole corporate member of Second Harvest last week to fire the nonprofit's top 4 leaders. WWL Chief Investigative Reporter David Hammer was at Second Harvest board meeting today to find out how the food bank plans to move forward.
Last week, Archbishop Gregory Amen fired the leaders of a food bank who didn't want to pay the church millions to help it settle child molestation claims against more than 300 clergy. Wednesday, Second Harvest Board held an emergency meeting. It was closed to the press, but I spoke with Second Harvest Chief Strategy Officer John Sillers afterwards.
We understand the events of the past week have probably shaken that trust, and a lot of those bridges have been damaged severely. Our objective is to reassure donors that none of their money is going to anything other than to address food insecurity in South Louisiana.
Does that mean that Second Harvest can say now that there will be no payment to the Archdiocese of New Orleans going forward?
If there is, it's not going to come from donor funds.
Where would that come from?
I can't comment on that.
Are there funds in the coffers of Second Harvest that did not come from donors?
I can't comment on that.
But you see how people might be concerned that...
I totally understand. I understand, but they can be reassured that no money that has been given by donors for the purposes of addressing our mission of leading the fight against food insecurity in South Louisiana, all of that money is going to go to address that.
The Archbishop is the sole corporate member of Second Harvest Food Bank. He said Second Harvest would have to essentially buy the church out to divest from it.
A legal separation would include Second Harvest purchasing the assets that are controlled by the sole member.
As sole member, Amen had the power to remove the Second Harvest board members and its longtime CEO, Natalie J-Rowe. Now other members of the staff worry they could be next.
Some of our employees are concerned about the possibility of, maybe they lose their jobs. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Just Natalie J-Rowe.
Just Natalie J-Rowe.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate. We're going to miss her. She was with the organization for 19 years. She was a visionary leader, but the mission continues.
It also allowed Amen to replace J-Rowe as CEO with the Archdiocese's own Chief Financial Officer, Dirk Wild. Is there any concern about the fact that he's also the CFO of the Archdiocese?
I'm not going to comment on that, but what I can tell you is that no donations from given to Second Harvest have ever or will ever are going to be used for anything other than to feed the hungry people of South Louisiana.
Divestiture from the Archdiocese was on today's agenda at the board meeting, but Sillers told me he couldn't comment on whether that's still the plan. David Hammer, WWL, Louisiana.
That board voted today to name 3 new leaders to replace the ones that Amen removed. The new chairman is Bill Hoffman, vice chairman David Gallo, and executive committee member Gary Lorio.